founder of Happy Healing Inc. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Steps to Feel Good Daily with Lona. I am your host and excited for you to be here. I actually have a guest that I had before, and I just love her so much, and she's so much fun that I asked her to come back. So you were in the right place if you want to learn how to increase your connections and confidence with Flirting Coach Shelly O'Connell. I'll tell you a little bit about her in a minute, but as usual, I like to share a couple of oils that really will be associated with our topic today. So pink pepper helps you to be authentic and feel equal and have self-acceptance. And I also chose magnolia because it helps you to be connected, unified, and to have perspective. And you kind of need that in the dating field, don't you? So, our guest today is Shelly O'Connell, who has written the great book called "How to Get Your Let's see, how is it? How to Flirt, Finding Your Flirt. Because I remember the last show we did, I called it How to Get Your Flirt On. But this one, her book is actually Finding Your Flirt. And I have this book and it's really fun and really cute. So I recommend that you get it. I think you can get it from Amazon. So let me tell you a little bit about our guest today, Shelly. Shelly O'Connell, she is a flirting coach for women. She coaches women to gain confidence, flirting, and enhance their connections so that they can shine more fully. She reframes flirting as a form of play to attract and develop meaningful relationships. Oh my goodness, aren't we excited? So let's bring Shelly up. Hi, Shelly.
Hey.
Nice to see you again. I guess I can get rid of your cute picture. So, I am really happy to have you here again, and we're going to just dive right in
Okay.
and share your your daily wellness step that you take, which is Flirt. It has the ability to instantly lift you. So, how does it have the ability to instantly lift you?
Well, let me just say we're going to do it this way, a little different today, okay? So,
Okay.
so let me just say, hey, babe, how are you today? See, and we're both giggling, right? And the energy is just a little bit playful, and it's even though it's like I'm forcing it a little, it's playful. And, the things you were doing before you got here kind of go away, right?
I feel silly, but it really does break the ice, and I wasn't expected. I guess I haven't been flirted with in so long. I think I'm turning red.
That's okay. I mean, and the interesting thing about flirting is we can playfully flirt with whoever. It doesn't mean that you're like the patriarchal made up rule about it that if we're flirting, it means we want to have sex with that guy, right? Or that lady. No.
Right.
It's just a playful thing, and women have forgotten to play. And so this is a way to instantly lift your mood. It can, and it kind of gets all of the stress, your shoulders go down, you begin to open a little more. So that's why I say it instantly lifts you and whoever you are flirting with.
It lifts them too. I love that. Okay, so you said so. This was your share. It says, "Bring play and enjoyment into your life. This allows your vibrant energy to shine and direct your day." So, how has this? Because you did this for a reason. How has this? How did you discover this, and how has this? How does it direct your day?
Well, let me just say I am from a long line of flirts that runs in my family, But for a while, I shut that down because, I really didn't know, um, how to separate the made up rules about it, right? And so it was kind of weird. Um, but I actually have had my girlfriends for years say to me, how do you do that? And I'm like, do what? And they're like, men are always falling all over you, trying to do anything you want, And I'm like, I always just shrug my shoulder and I'm like, men love me. And I never did.
I
And
love that you say that, because
married, I've been,
men love you, but it's probably because you're loving them first. I mean, right? It's like men love you because you're loving them, you're giving them that attention, and then they're gonna give it right back.
no, a lot of times I'm not even flirting with them, Lana.
Oh, and they just love you anyway. Okay.
No, it's because what I had to do is I had to unpack that when I wrote this book.
Mhm.
And what I really believe is when you flirt, your energy is open, and it has the ability to give you confidence and ground you. And the other part of that is when you have confidence and playfulness, that is a powerfully attractive combination. And men have not really been conditioned how to play, most of them. So they feel that energy, and they just want to do whatever they can for you because you become magnetic.
Right. Well, I love that you said that, because it's the magnetism. So we attract. So guys are attracted to you because you're carrying that loving, flirting, wonderful energy. And
Right.
so they're automatically going to be attracted to you even if you don't do anything. So
Right.
I agree with that 100%. I have a share, and this was: flirting can release feel good hormones like dopamine, adding extra happiness to your day. So, how do you feel about that?
I think it's 100% accurate. You're on the money. One of the things that I have researched and found really interesting is when we play, it is the only thing that has the ability to automatically create new pathways, neurological pathways in the brain. Everything else we have to work really hard at to like get out of the ruts of where our brain normally goes.
Right.
Play creates a new pathways like fast. And it does. It gives good hormones, dopamine. We both experience that, even though we're kind of giggling and just being silly, right? We both experienced that, and so we had a little hit of that already.
Right. And it's funny because when you did it, because I felt the flush, so I don't know if that was the dopamine increasing that brought that energy to me. So it
Could
was
be.
it definitely was fun and cute. I really
Yeah.
appreciated that. So you had a tip, and it was playfully flirt daily. Try it and see how the energy changes in your enjoyment. So I like that. Can you share with us how once you do this, your enjoyment, your whole, I mean, is it like your whole life changes, or how does that work?
It can, yes. What I'm saying is, you're kind of being like intentional, right? But you're doing it rather than the heavy lifting that we've all been taught to do. You're doing it in a way that is like, oh, I'm going to pause and be playful by gently. I mean, you can make it. We'll talk about that in a little bit. However you want, your intention is important about what you're doing for the flirt, right? But for me, my intention was to just model to you and see the instant response and what the feeling is. And so when you do that, and try it out, I would say do it for 5 days. Do it for 5 days. Flirt for 5 days and notice how you feel. And not only that, notice the enjoyment that it brings you, but it's going to open you. Your energy becomes more open. And when you're open, you're receptive to things that you wouldn't see and notice before, like people checking you out, like people saying, hey, I'd like you to come and, collaborate with me, or I'd like all these things that show up that when your energy is closed, normally we're on task, right? Oh, or something happens and we got to help somebody else, or so, and we're busy. But with flirting, you get the opportunity to direct your day with enjoyment, which is a completely different reality, and I highly recommend it.
I'm loving this because it just, to me, it feels like it's bringing more life to
Mhm.
you.
Yes.
And to those around you. And I'm as you're talking, I'm kind of like visualizing, like, yeah, I can go and say hi to my son and say, I just love you today, or whatever. But just how much
Hmm.
the energy is going to shift. And again, once we shift our energy, then we can shift the energy for those around us. We can shift our own energy. And I'm betting that it takes you out of, like, if you're feeling down and you would flirt,
Hmm.
wouldn't that just kind of bring you
Yep.
right out of it? I mean, we use all these
Yes.
different techniques, but I would think flirting would be like the most fun technique to use to
And
help to bring a feel good day.
yeah, and it's easy. I mean, people. I think sometimes people put a lot more thought into it and concern and worry about it. But when you do it the way that I am suggesting, then it's very, very easy to incorporate into your daily life. It's very easy to lift yourself. And a lot of people will say, "Well, I'm still working from home. How do I do that?" Well, you got people that you can talk to. You got friends that you talk to. Even if you're
Yeah.
living by yourself, there's people that you could be on a Zoom call with who, you know, you could flirt with gently. It doesn't have to be an overt, over the top type of deal.
Right. Kind of like the other day when my son and I were in the kitchen, like, cooking, and it was like in my way. So it's like he kind of moved in a funny way, and so I kind of moved back in a funny way. But in doing that, it made us both giggle.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it changed the energy. Instead of like, oh, there's not enough room in this kitchen. Why are
Right.
you right on top of me, right? Where we could go if we had a bad day. Easy, me too. But
Right.
then you just, add a little playfulness into it, and
Right.
it shifts that quickly.
Yes, instead of saying, "Get the heck out of my way."
Right. Move.
You can accomplish the same things, but you just get to accomplish it in a fun way. So this was so my feel good tip was, boost your self-esteem and receive positive attention, and a smile goes a long way. So how do you feel about that? I
Yeah,
mean, just a smile, right?
yes,
Isn't that
absolutely.
flirty?
And it's one of the things that I think, it's a different thing if somebody says to you, as a man, smile. That's a different thing, isn't it? But if you feel like you want to smile, that typically gets that response from someone else. Even if they're having a crappy day, right? They'll still give you a little bit of a smile.
That's true. And I'm telling you, there's been so many times in my life when just a smile has just completely shifted my energy. Walking
Mhm.
across the street when you're feeling tense and stressed, and somebody walking in the sidewalk, waves to you, or just smiles at you, or that
Mhm.
you do that to somebody else. And I really think that this world would be a lot better place if we took more time to flirt, if we took more time to love one another. And I see it kind of as an extension of love, don't you?
Yes, absolutely. I
Yeah.
think it has, the energy that we just modeled, that we were playing around with. It has that same essence. It has that elevated vibration, and you can see my eyes light up and sparkle with that, because when you have that elevated energy and vibe, it's really easy to make connections. Super easy.
Yes, and connecting is really what everything is about, right? And
Yes.
connecting with each other, which I know we didn't do for a while. So thank goodness we can do it again. So you had a final message. Let yourself playfully engage with life. You are meant to enjoy your time here.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. And how do people reach you? And you have a free consultation, I believe.
Yes, and one of the things that is important is, I like to have a conversation with people. Let's just talk. I want to
Right.
know, and I let me just be clear. I'm talking to the ladies here. I only coach women, so schedule a conversation. Talk to me and say, Shelly, I'm feeling this, and what if I'm flirting and somebody takes it the wrong way? Well, the way that I teach you is to set up your boundaries, and we go through all that in advance so that you're clear in yourself what you're doing, what's okay and what's not okay. For example, one of my boundaries is, yeah, I got all this attention from men, but one of my internal boundaries is respect. So I'm never going to have anybody be inappropriate with me. And that never happens. So those things, it all ties together. But if you want to make better connections and you want to have that elevated vibe that we were just modeling and showing, and see, just talking about it, we're smiling. Talk to me. The consultation is free, and we can go from there.
Yes. Thank you so much, Shelly. You can reach ShellyO'Connell.com. Loved having you again.
Thank you. It's great being here.
Yes, I'll meet you in the green room in a minute. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Lona.
You're welcome. So thank you so much for coming. And just to remind you that I do offer a free consultation. So you can also reach out to me at happyhealing.me. And remember, you are loved, and it is your choice to feel good daily. So thank you again. And until next time, bye-bye. And products at happyhealing.me. Make sure to join me every week on the SWE Media Network YouTube channel and wherever you listen to podcasts.